Shalom and good day all. This is Tehillim29 back again for another DC comic review. And in this DC review, I'll be covering Stargirl The Lost Children, issue 4. And I must admit, I have really been enjoying this Jeff Johns comic. And it's also nice to learn more about a character that I also don't know much about, as well as their interaction with characters that I do know a bit about. So, jumping in the first things first, does this cover in any way, shape, or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough, it does, to which I give it an 8 out of 10. I'll now go to showing some of the internal art around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and give my rating as well as we get to see what's happening inside with the story and the characters. So, as the story begins, we have Corky, who is also a time master, and he's sharing some information with practically the lost children and also a number of the events that have taken place whilst they've not been around. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we encounter Jay Garrick's daughter, Judy, and what's happening with her. And we can also see Imiko as well, helping in her own way, while she's sort of like trapped in the same place where she is. And I believe I'll end it off here with what's happening when we get to see the lost children basically charge against, what was it, the childminder's castle. And who they're actually working with. For the internal art, I decided to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the next area, and that is the story rating. So, first things first, did we get any comic references? And sure enough, we actually did. We had a comic reference to Flashpoint, like the original Flashpoint universe, Doomsday Clock, and also Flashpoint Begins, not Batman Begins, but Flashpoint Begins, or Flashpoint Beyond, I mean. The next area is that of time, to which we got no indication as to when certain events were taking place, time-wise. The next is the location, to which we know it took place on is taking place on Orphan Island, but we didn't get the name of the castle once again. Moving into last but not least, and that is the cast of characters, to which we had Corky Baxter, one of the Time Masters. We had Stargirl, Judy Garrick, Imiko, the Childminder, and Howler Man, who made an appearance at the end of the story. For the overall story rating in this, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.